Alright, apparently we got the mighty Grunger for maybe to confuse the opponent and to abuse the hell out of the king of the swamp.
Confuse the opponent.
Who the hell runs Grunger? The card should be banned.
Well, yeah, it's tough to make, so
Yeah, it
we're
is.
probably gonna wonder that.
Yeah.
But
And
you
then,
use sea like aqua stuff, right?
yeah, I do.
Like
For example,
shit
this.
like that. So, yeah.
I also have Masked Hero Acid, simply for like the swing for game loop, if you will, with Absolute Zero and Max change. And
Cool.
also, he's almost he's the opposite of Zero. While Zero's effect goes off in the graveyard, Acid goes off when he's summoned. Plus, he destroys the back row, while Zero destroys the front row. So you think of it as a foolproof sweep. So if you can't stop mass change, then you basically lose. Because by then you got broken ass plays everywhere. Now you got, of course, Delicious Malefiend, where you will use King of the Swamp and Gores for this because running Evil Hero Melissa's Edge is kind of retarded, in my opinion, because half the time he gets blown up before that happens.
Right.
Yeah, so he's a beat stick, and get this, if your opponent messes up so bad as to foolishly target him in an attack,
Yeah.
not only does it change all his monsters to attack position, but they must attack the card if they're able to in his battle phase though. So if he's got like Judgment Dragon or something, and I bring it back from the grave or whatever, he has
Yeah.
to attack that. He can't end his battle phase because for like Call to Haunted or something to happen, yeah, because if he comes back somehow, then then of course he is forced to take 500 plus he's staring in the face of this awesome guy in apparently a bondage suit. And now we got our two lightning golems. I don't know if you can see that. They're
Yeah,
basically
I see it.
they're basically used to sub with King of the Swamp as Clayman and Sparkman, of course. Once per turn, you get to blow up one monster on the field once per turn. There's no cost to it. There's no nothing, and it's a light monster, so you can easily go for honest with this if you run into problems.
Right.
Like if you're coming back from a devastating loss with JD, then you can easily go and destroy that. But if he has got something to stop his destruction, then of course you can always honest over him.
Right. Sorry,
Now,
dude. I'm just gonna upload the video.
yeah, I also got two
While we're doing.
shinings because easy hero staple, and it gets me back whatever I want after they get banished, as long as it's a hero. So you can get back your Sparkman or whatever and just let the magic fly. Um, Here is the my favorite card of all heroes is the Shining Flare Wingman. Is that not only does he gain 300 for each hero in your graveyard, elemental hero, but
Yeah.
he also, if he destroys a monster in battle, then you take damage equal to his attack. So it's almost like taking a direct attack, almost in a sense. Or if it's in defense, you still get the effect to burn him. Like if he put his JD in defense for some apparent reason, then he still gets burned for 3k, because that's Wingman. Well, as on the other flip side, well, Flare Wingman, you can also honest with that too. You also have his counterpart for a safer place in case he's got an honest or something. Is his Phoenix Enforcer. And what this does is that not only does it gain 300 for each elemental hero in the graveyard, but you also cannot have it get killed in battle. So go ahead, have JD try to run over it, but you ain't getting over that bitch because he says denied. Of course, Tornado with your Debris and your Stratos in there for whatever reasons you want. Plus, it's a nice way to run over those big beaters like FGD and whatnot. And then, of course, there's your 3 zeros I run 3 because I'm afraid they'll get summoned or whatever, and then I got the other 2 or whatnot waiting there for me. Plus, if he does get summoned, I can use him again in Miracle Fusion from the graveyard. Because it's counting as a fusion materials for a summon, not exactly to summon him again. So in a
Right.
sense, he says, "Screw you, I win." All right.
Okay, let's see. I have a feeling this one's going to be another long one.
You betcha. All right.
So there's that. Now to go to my library and dump them in videos.
And of course we got the honest because
Yes.
apparently awesome stable.
Honest is great.
I know, right? Mirror Force staple, obviously. It's awesome they made
Yep.
a common. It's dope. And of course Book of Moon because I do not have the Solemn Brigade at the current moment, so that's why I'm using just those 3 for now. Saves quite a lot of space
Come
actually.
on, dude. Solemns are so cheap right now. You can get them.
Well, not with the money I have right now, but I'll get them later.
Sure.
Right. So this is what I'm dealing with right now. I got 2 Dark Callings. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep. Dark
But
Callings. Yep.
and what this does, it subs for Dark Fusion without the benefits of Dark Fusion, but you can remove from your hand or your graveyard, not including the field, the monsters required for an evil hero, in a
Yeah.
sense. And then the fusion summons treated as Dark Fusion. So, of course, now you can go for either Lightning Golem or Malicious Fiend, depending if you need to run over his card or if you need to just plain need something to get rid of that annoying marshmallow that frickin' dessert topping in card games.
Yeah.
Alright.
Marshmallow. Fucking game. That card pisses me off.
Apparently
There's
they
so many cards that piss me off, though.
apparently they allow dessert toppings in card games. And then we got the 2 polys. Because it's another way of using like a Miracle Fusion and whatnot, but it sends to the graveyard, so that's fine. And it uses anywhere from your hand or from the field, so it's fine because I still got the original. If you can't read that text box, I don't know if you can read that. Can you?
No, not really. It's a little bit blurry, but that's
Yeah.
the original polymerization.
Yeah, it says fuses 2 or more fusion material monsters to form a new fusion monster. I put that in there just because it reads like that. It's awesome. I had this since I was a kid too. I'm so happy I never gave it up. But basically, you get that through King of the Swamp and make more broken combos. But let me search out my Elemental Hero Oceans here because I run 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I run 3 Elemental Hero Oceans, believe it or not. If I could find the damn thing. Oh, there it is. I even
Well,
got,
Stratus.
yeah, because not only is it another way for excuse to say, "Oh, can I do Absolute Zero?" Okay, and then also he's also Elemental Hero, so he could sub for any of the fusion materials, and not only that, he can also, if he lives long enough to tell the tale of his legendary survival, that he can once per turn in your standby phase bring one of your heroes back from the graveyard or from your field to back to the hand. So, if you think of it, it's another way of saying, screw this game, I'm gonna cheat. Alright, now we got our Miracle Fusions. Yeah. I run 3 just because awesome staple, and it brings out my fusions so much more easy. Because Miracle Fusion's like, well, this is swing for game because I'm kind of like light for launch. Yeah. I run 3 King of the Swamp in the actual build, but for soul's sake, for what I've got right now, I run 2. It
Yeah.
it's another excuse to dump for Absolute Zero, get a poly to your hand, and it runs alongside Diver's Dragon, which makes that Grunger for soul's sake.
Right.
And of course, Diver's Dragon's another excuse for the use for
Debris.
um, well, I think Deborah's on 6 here, so there. That's my excuse. But debris, if you would. What is also not an excuse to get out that wild tornado and say, "Screw you, FGD! I have an effect." All right, so now we also got 2 card troopers, but I'm thinking of maybe bringing it down to 1 because the fact whenever I mill with these guys, they usually mill pretty bad. But there are some good mills at times, and I guess I need to play it more. Plus, plus if it gets destroyed, cool, freebie. Um, I run 1 actual torrential in the actual build, but for soul's sake again, I run 2 because what if he gets an FGD? I ain't gonna let the SOB take over my field. No, sir. I should take an obelisk, but the frickin' JD? No, thank you. And of course, 3 E-calls, staple. And of course, one of the bosses in the deck, because I've won 2 duels with him so far, is the Malicious, the Destiny Hero Malicious.
Yeah.
Only reason why he's in there
Yeah,
is
he's a badass, man.
that's why he swung me for game in that one duel, which I still gotta send you that picture yet.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, so I run 3 Sparkmans because he's a friggin' badass, and the fact that he's he makes practically all the fusion monsters in this deck. I shit you not. I run 2 Prismas just because it's an excuse to get Sparkman to the graveyard as quickly as possible, as he's late for his date. And then, of course, it's another way of getting off the Shining or any other fusions. And of course, we got Gores for maybe a little scare tactic, and also gets out that beat stick malicious fiend, which is dope. And then of course there's my derpy aliases, which I might get a Gemini Spark in here, but it just seems kind of stupid while only running 2, and that's like 3 cards out of the whole entire damn deck that would work. And of course we got our obvious staple of future,
Yeah, need one of those.
Dark Hole, because everybody needs that. And of
Oh,
course, Royal Decree, because just says, screw you, Judgment.
that's what I need is decrees. I need some decrees.
Yeah, I think you get them for $5 now, can't you?
Yeah, I like the hobby book.
Yeah, we also got a Stratos here, just because.
Oh,
And last but not least, everybody should run this Mask Change. Basically, to get the wipe out his front and back row with 0 acid combo, or if you're desperate enough, you can actually use it also on your oceans or your oceans or Grunger. No, not Grunger, but any hero that's a water type. So you can probably like maybe surprise him if you will with it. Like maybe if he
what about Bubble Man? You run Bubble Man?
Bubble Man, no. I really didn't feel the need to. I mean, like, he only runs good with 1 deck, and it's like, yeah, that's it. I mean, besides it's already somebody else's idea. Why would I want to steal that? It just
Yeah,
seems,
okay.
because I mean, it's just kind of stupid to me if I do that, So, plus Bubble Man, it's like, I never really got the warm fuzzies about him. It wasn't like the it wasn't like, oh my god, that card is awesome, must have it. It was kind of like, yeah, who cares about Bubble Man? Both mentions there to say, "Oh hi guys, I run the show now. Hi." But yeah, Bowman's only good in certain decks, and it's like it just kills me right there. And it's like one deck, one freaking deck that you're gonna shoot $200 down the hole. Because isn't that the case with any deck these days? You know?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can never truly make a deck underneath $60 now because, well, actually $100 now that freaking Dark Worlds have gone because of Herp to Derp Graph or Herp to Derp Gates of Dark World.
Dark Worlds are insane right now.
It is, and I get so mad at that because now everybody has to play it because oh my god, I must win, I must make this deck, and it's so stupid at YCS. They everybody who has no life usually net decks off of all the things that win YCS, and which is stupid because it's so stupid to me because by the time the next YCS comes out, there's going to be some crazy deck that uses the new stuff, you know. And it's like, it's
Yeah.
not as bad as it used to be, where you had to pay $1,000 to wabbits. Gotta get them wabbits and make like $1,000 deck, you know, because Adulka and Lagia basically just ruined the game for anyone, unless you're me, creature swap. but but yeah, God, I love that guy.
Don't mind me, dude. I am like listening to you, trying to answer you and stuff like that. But I'm also getting this thing ready to be uploaded too.
I know how it is. But yeah, I run many decks. I try to experiment and see what I like, and if I like it a lot on DN, I will make it to real life as this came to be, or this one. But story behind this deck, the Bitchburn deck, was I look back at that school, then back to change creature swap, then back to that school, then back to creature swap. We go, must make this now. Because I see all this stuff that get this crazy amount of exceeds going on out of my ass. It's like, my God, this is awesome. Who wouldn't do that? Oh my God.